Grok 3 just released and is the most powerful AI model ever created. What I'm going to show you in this video is how to build your own app with Grok 3. No programming experience required. We're going to build a real-time news app that actually leverages the Grok API so you can pull in real-time data from Grok into your own custom app. This is going to be sick. We are going to build an awesome application, no programming experience at all with Grok 3 step by step. This is going to be incredible. Lock in, pull up Grok 3 next to this video so you can build along with me. By the end of this video, you're going to have an incredible application that you can use for yourself. You can have your own application built by yourself where you're getting top news from Grok. This is going to be awesome. Lock in. Here we go. So I'm in Grok 3 now. You need a subscription to X. Go into X, get a subscription to X Premium, hit Grok over here on the left-hand side, then select the drop-down and make sure you're clicking on Grok 3. So the first thing I want to do with Grok is actually brainstorm ideas for this app. This is a really sick thing you can do with AI that not many people do. Right? Most people use AI just to build the app out. What we're going to do is actually use the AI as a product manager as well to brainstorm ideas for our app. So I come in here, help me brainstorm ideas for an application I want to build. I'm thinking about building a news app that uses the XAI API to give me news. We hit enter on that. Grok 3 is genius, so it's going to help us come up with really good ideas for this application. That's a great idea. A news app powered by the XAI API could offer a unique twist on how people consume and interact with news. We can get personalized news summaries. Ooh, I kind of like that. Real-time fact-checking, news through the X's lens, interactive Ask the News feature. So it's giving us a whole bunch of ideas for a news application we can build out. I think what I'm going to want to do here is do a personalized news summary. So give the user an ability to search for a topic, and then the Grok API returns back all the latest news on that subject. So I reply back to Grok here. I'd like to build a news app where the user enters in a topic to a search bar, then the Grok API returns back the top news story as that topic. We are using Next.js and TypeScript. Walk me through this step by step as if I'm a new programmer. Try to create as few new files as possible and keep this simple. So it's important to word it like this, especially if you're a new programmer that never wrote code before, so that it makes it very easy for Grok to walk you through building this application. So I hit enter on that. So one quick prerequisite you're going to need for this app, you're going to need a way to compile code. I'm using Cursor for this. Cursor is free. Go to cursor.com, download it. It allows you to paste in code and run it. So get that installed, pause the video now, go to cursor.com, download it. It's free, get a free plan. Come back in here and resume the video. So let's set up the project. So step one, set up the project. So we're going to open our terminal and run this command here. So I copy this. I go back into Cursor. I hit Control-tilde to open up the terminal down here. I paste it in. I hit enter. And what this is going to do is install Next.js. Next.js is the technology that's going to back our application. This is a very popular framework that powers most web apps today. So I hit enter on that. I'm going to hit enter on all the default options here. So I just keep hitting enter down. That's going to install Next.js and TypeScript for us. Again, this is all really simple. I'm letting Grok handhold me through building this application. And what's really cool that you're going to learn by the end of this video as this tech installs is you're going to learn how to use APIs as well, right? So you're going to learn how to use the Grok API to pull in real-time information to your applications, which is going to be really, really cool too. Okay, so now that that's done, let's move on to the next step here. We're going to want to go into our news app. So let's copy this command, go back into Cursor, paste that in. We're now in our new app. We can see the code over here on the left that was all built for us. Pretty incredible. And then let's start our app. We paste this in. Boom, that runs. Let's see what happens here. Okay, looks like it's running. Let's see what happens when we click that link. Boom. App running. Let's go. Okay, so we have our app running. We're going to go in here now and start editing the code so we have a really cool news app. But if this is your first time running an app, you literally just built your first web app. Congratulations. Now let's make this really cool. As I'm building this, also make sure to hit the like button if you learned anything new. Make sure to hit subscribe as well, and then leave a comment down below on what you want me to build next. Okay, so let's build out the app. So we're going to modify the app to have our search bar and news results. So we're going to go into app/page and put in this new code here. So let's copy this. We're going to go into app/page, take everything, paste it, save, boom. Let's go back, see what we got. News app, enter topic to see the news. Okay, so let's keep building this out here. Let's add a search bar. So let's add a search bar so users can input a topic. Okay, so we're going to take this. We're going to put in our new code, hit save. We go back. Okay, we got a search bar. Doesn't look pretty, but we're getting there. We're getting there step by step. This is what's great about Grok 3, is it's hand-holding us. It's treating us like a new programmer, which we are, and it's helping us build this out. So we got a search bar. We got a title. Let's keep it moving and grooving here. Save and check your browser. We hit save. All right. As you do this too, I'm doing this pretty quickly, but what's really great here is Grok 3 actually explains how everything works. I highly encourage you pausing the video, going in and reading the Grok explanation so you see how all the code works, so you actually learn along the way as well. You learn how the code works, so next time you build an app, you can do it even easier. All right, so let's handle the form submission. Now when the user clicks search, we'll make a call to the XAI API, simulated for now, to store the results. All right, let's take that, pause, put it in here, paste, search. So now it should be simulating a search. Okay, so top story about USA. Okay, so it's simulating it, right? I do a search and it shows me 3 example stories. So we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, let's keep it moving. Save and test it. We just did. Looks good. Explanation. Feel free to pause here, read the explanation. Okay, so now we're going to start actually building out the API call so that we can communicate with the Grok API to pull in real-time news stories. So it has us creating a new file, an app API news route. So let's do that. We're back in cursor app. We're going to create a new folder, API, a new folder in there, news, and then a new file in there, route.ts, enter. So we created that new file, and then we take this code, we hit save, and this is where we're going to be communicating with the Grok API, which I'll show you how to set up in a second. All right, now we're going to update the page file again to handle the submission to the API. So I'm copying this code, I'm going back in, I'm pasting this, hitting save. And as we go along, I'm going to actually show you how to customize this too and add really cool things, so stick around for that. But we're continuing along here with the Grok explanation. And again, feel free to pause at any time and read all the explanation of how the code works, so you're learning a lot as you go along too. So let's polish it up. Let's add a loading state and clear the input after searching. All right, let's take this. Let's paste in the new code. This is going to add a loading state so that when you search, it actually says loading news, which should be cool. So let's do this. We can do sports, search. Had loading news there for a second, and then it has our demonstration news. All right, so it walked us through building out the app. Now let's have it help us build out the X API. So right now it's using a fake API. Let's have it now put in the real API. So I said, let's implement the real XAI API. I have my API key ready. Let's do this in a really simple way. And again, as you go along here, you can have a conversation with Grok. So you can say, wait, let's pause here. Let's add this. Let's change this. After this, I'm going to make it look really pretty because it's kind of ugly right now. But this is some really cool ways you can conversate with Grok. I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to help us walk through implementing the XAI API so we can get real-time news from Grok into our app. So to keep your API key secure, let's store it in .env.local. So in your project root, create a file called .env.local. Okay. So we're going to go back into our project. We're going to click new file on our app, and we're going to call it .env.local. And then we are going to paste in this code. Now that we got that pasted in, let's get our XAI API key and put it in there. So go to console.x.ai. This is where you get your API key for Grok. When you sign up, it gives you $25 free prepaid credit, so you should be good to go to play around with this. Then we're going to click on create an API key. You're going to enter in a name for the app, so you can call this news app. You're going to hit save, and it's going to give you an API key that you're going to then paste in. So you're going to come back into cursor, highlight this, and then paste in your new API key. Let's go back into Grok and see what the next steps are. So let's update the API route. So we're going to modify the route to call the real XAI API instead of returning fake data. So open the route and replace its new contents. All right, let's copy this. Let's go back into our route, paste that in. You can read the explanation, but basically what it's doing now is now going to communicate with Grok through the API to pull in your news stories, which is really, really cool. So now let's update the front end to use this API. We can just copy the code here. Again, Grok's just walking a step by step to get this done. We go back to our page, paste in that code it has us, paste in, Bada bing, bada boom. It gives us an explanation of how it works. One important thing to note here, make sure you go back into your API and change the model to say Grok-2. This is the latest model in the API, and this will ensure it works. So now we got that pasted in. We hit save. Let's go into our app and test this out. So I'm going to say, let's see the latest sports news. Hit search. Boom. Okay, so we got some sports news. This is really cool. Let's do this. It looks really ugly. So let's go into Grok. Let's say, hey, this app is really ugly. Make it look pretty. Let's see what Grok has to say, or Grok, pretty it up. And this is exactly how you should be working with Grok, is you use it as like a pair programmer, right? Can you fix this? Can you change this? Can you make this look prettier, make this better, whatever you want. Okay, so let's make this look sleek. Let's copy this. We're putting this in app/page. So we go back over here, paste this in, hit save. Oh, look at that. That's looking beautiful. That's looking glorious. Wow, that's looking beautiful. That's looking way better. I love this now. Wow. And then if we wanted to do other things from here and make other tweaks, we could do it. So let's go back into Grok. Let's say, have it give me 10 stories now. Right? So we're changing it. We're working with Grok. We're tweaking some things. Now it's going and it's going to give us brand new code. This is how you can customize your app. You just make small requests. It gives you the updated code. So, okay, so it has new code for our route. We come in here. We come into the route, paste this in. Once that pasted in, we go here, America, search, boom, 10 stories, right? We requested 10 stories, now it's given us in this really nice format. This is the power of Grok 3, right? The ability to do and build anything you want, right? We have an incredible opportunity right now where we now have this amazing technology that allows anyone to build anything they want. The issue is not many people are doing it. So if you're one of the few people that take advantage of this new tech and start building really cool things, you can win. For example, I built an AI app a few months ago called Creator Buddy. It's an AI content app. I used Grok, just as I'm showing you here. I said, hey, I want to build this app. And then it step-by-step walked me through building an AI app, right? And now it's making $300,000 a year. You can do the same thing. You just need to take advantage of the opportunity. You need to go in, make sure you're taking advantage of the best technology, having it build ideas just like I showed you here, right? You do brainstorming for ideas, and then you ask it to write the code, and then you take the code, you put it in, and you build it, right? The people taking advantage of this now are going to win so big. You just need to be one of the 1% that takes this video and actually takes action. Right? 99% of people are going to watch this and they're going to turn it off. Oh, okay, that's cool. And then never do anything. Be the 1% that now after this goes to Grok, starts building out code, ships an app, and starts making real money. Make sure to hit subscribe if you learned anything new. Make sure you hit like and then leave a comment letting me know what you want me to build next. All I do is create educational videos about doing cool stuff with AI. See you in the next video.